How's it going there, guys? Jeremy back here with Consciousness Awake with another upload. Sorry about the 2 week hiatus on 2 week absence. I've been somewhat MIA, but it's summertime and just been busy with some stuff, um, and I needed to put my mental energy and my focus on some other things in my life. But now I'm back, and I want to do a video today about fear projections and explain that. And look forward to doing many more videos, lots of uploading in the very near future. What makes me really happy, what fulfills my own purpose in this reality. I have certain things in my life, like work and kids and other things that make me fulfill my purpose in my experience. But one of the other things in my life experience here is understanding that um, for many years coming that I would be getting a lot of fulfillment and purpose by doing Consciousness Awake and doing these types of videos on these topics, because it really, I think it really helps people evolve their own consciousness. Um, so in this video, I want to talk about fear projection, something very real. Fear projections are essentially what I mean by fear projections is many people either spontaneously or through meditation, intentionally, um, they are getting to that phase of getting just about to get out of their body. They're in that exit stage of uh, loosening away, separating away, detaching away from the physical body and getting into the energy body to explore consciousness in out of body experiences. And just as they're detaching from their physical form, they'll be there's certain fear projections, which are mainly self-initiated, self-induced from one's anxiety or fear of being scared of the unknown or other dimensions, or maybe they have certain thoughts of just demonic entities and or just certain shadow people or certain beings or entities that are trying to take advantage or steal energy from a person when they're popping out of their physical body to do astral projection. Now, that said, from all of my experiences since I was a little kid, there are beings. There are in the etheric plane, astral planes. There is consciousness. There are beings. There are entities. They are there. So the entities in general and beings. Non-physical dimensional space are real. I mean, they're there and they have their own consciousness and whatnot. But what we're talking about here is just the innate ability of consciousness within itself, not only to interact with the non-physical dimensions and interact with non-physical beings and entities. We have that. That is real. But then we also have the huge factor of how when consciousness is getting into out-of-body exploration, how it's also creating certain entities, and it's also doing fear projections. Um, it's your own anxiety and fear of the unknown just kind of playing out and manifesting, especially when you're first trying to do astral projection, the first 5 times, 10 times, yeah, even 100 times. To be honest with you, it's something we learn to grow past. So if you're starting to pop out of body and you're hearing little whisperings and voices and things calling your name, um, knocking on the walls, knocking and pounding and banging on the doors, and or you see just mysterious shadow-like entities, just like in your space or in your room as you're starting to pop out of body, or certain demonic entities. A lot of these, for the most part, especially when you're starting out with astral projection, that first 5 times, 10 times, 20 times that you're about to get out of body, uh, a lot of that stuff is just manifested by our own consciousness. Or another good example is uh, manifesting, aliens or ETs or certain monsters, around your bed or whatnot, as you're starting to pop out of body. A lot of that stuff isn't real. It's just fear projections, and also you have just the larger reality system and the whole AI component that's built into all of these layers of simulations and copies upon copies, etc., etc. You also have certain things that are built into that that can also create, certain fear projections. So sometimes it's not always necessarily your own manifestation through your own consciousness. A lot of times it is, but there's also other mechanisms in place, and sometimes I think that the larger reality system, it doesn't mind people exploring the multidimensionality, of how our consciousness can interact with the multiple dimensions. Sometimes I'm sure it doesn't mind that, but from what I've noticed and from what other people have said, sometimes just the larger reality system sometimes also throws certain bad entities, demons, just aliens, ETs. That certain it throws certain things at us to scare us and to assist in that fear projection mechanism. Um, and it just is what it is. The truth of the matter is that you have both. Half of the stuff, the crazy, scary, fear-based kind of things that you encounter when you're getting out of body is self-manifested, but then you have real entities, real beings. Now, let me say this. So, if you're getting out of body over and over again, and you're always just seeing ETs, monsters, you're seeing shadow people and evil entities that you think are trying to steal your energy, drain you, possess you. There's all kinds of things people are scared of. If you're constantly seeing that as you're practicing astral projection, that most of that is self-manifested. Because the truth is that if you get out of body and you just observe the environment in non-physical space, in that frequency, if you just sit around and have like a prolonged, which I've done, like a prolonged, relaxed, focused, prolonged out of body experience, where you're just kind of taking it easy. You're not getting overly excited about anything. You're not trying to really do anything or fly around or anything. You're just kind of hanging out in your local non-physical environment, which is most likely, the etheric plane, and you're just observing. What you will notice is that there is not a bunch of entities and beings running around all the time. I mean, the real ones, real consciousness that's centered in the etheric plane, for example. And then you have other people who are having spontaneous out-of-body experiences that are, in most cases, unaware or unconscious at those times, and they have no idea consciously that they're actually having astral projections while they're taking their nap, or someone may be sleeping at that time, or whatnot. But what you notice is that there isn't a lot of activity. There's certain places, like there's certain areas where, if you're in the real time zone, etheric plane, there's certain places, like if you go to the non-physical copy, simulated copy of, like, let's say Disneyland in California, in Anaheim, California. There's a version of Disneyland when you go out of body, and it's basically almost like it's like a copy, and then in that copy, there are there's like, that would be like an area where it's almost like a vortex where there's just hundreds, if not thousands, of beings, entities, and then some mixed in astral projectors who are still alive in their human form, just kind of all blended in there. That's just an example of how, like, if you go to Anaheim, California, if you go to where Disneyland is physically, on this in this matrix, and you go there when you're out of body, you will notice all of the activity, right? And then you go to somewhere else in the etheric plane, and it's quiet. There's not a lot going on. And so what I'm trying to say is, so if you get out of body and you're just observing the environment, there's a lot of times where there's really nothing going on. There's nothing going on. And then you see like a random group of ghosts, or entities, like a pack of them roaming through somewhere. But so what I'm saying is that if you're getting out of body, at least when you're first starting to get into astral projection, and if you're continuously hearing the voices, the whispers, the shadow people, the demonic entities, things that are going to distract you and assist in that fear projection within self, which then collapses and ruins your astral projection experience. If you're constantly running into that, you have to realize that most of that stuff is not real, and it is manifested through your own fear projection, because of how consciousness operates. Once you realize that the true power to exploring consciousness out of the physical body, the true power comes from understanding that you have to override all those things. So you have to kind of override your consciousness in a way, and just kind of think to yourself, I'm in control. A powerful being, as a soul, as consciousness, and that you can override any of those fear projections. So if you're hearing, let's say, strange, scary whispers and voices and distractful things as you're starting to get out of body, or seeing certain shadow beings and whatnot, you have to just move past that. You just have to not give it any of your energy, not feed into it yourself. Just continue with whatever goal or mission or intention you have. That's why it's very important in the art of astral projection. It's important to write down like your certain goals, certain things you want to explore, certain places you want to go to. If it's in the etheric plane, or if it's a certain place in the astral planes that you want to visit or go to. Or if you're trying to meet up with another projector, in a certain space, and you're just like focused on that goal, and achieving that, which is doable. So sometimes if you just really harness and focus on what you truly are trying to explore through your consciousness, because that's the whole point, right? If you're getting into astral projection and this kind of spiritual work and pathway, you're not doing it just for the hell of it, or just to do certain things. You are exploring the boundaries of your multidimensional essence, and how you as consciousness, how you navigate and interact within this physical world and with other beings in this physical world, and how you navigate and interact with other beings and other planes and other places, because all you're doing really is you're trying to get experience in these non-physical realms. You're trying to get experiences in them to help yourself grow uh, in a practical way by applying your consciousness in those non-physical spaces as a consciously aware being, and you're experiencing everything and you're remembering everything. That is the key thing, the key way of um, learning about yourself, and learning about how your consciousness actually works. Because remember, as you've grown up in this physical world, from birth and from the schooling process, this world has tried to mold and program your consciousness into thinking, into believing what it is. And then, of course, you have a lot of scientists and a lot of people in this reality that don't even believe in consciousness within itself, and so it's sometimes, yeah, without the astral projection element, and having these experiences, sometimes it's kind of hard to really, wrap your mind around the larger reality system and the multidimensional aspects of how of what we really are. And so it takes your own experiences. That's why I do a channel. That's why I do this channel, these videos, to open people's minds to all of this stuff and talk about stuff. But anyways, I'm at 17 minutes. Went a little longer than expected, but I hope that this video shines some light on the topic of fear projections and how we can self-manifest fearful things, or just demonic entities, or things that get in the way, or become a distraction with our out-of-body exploration. But at the same time, like I said, just to recap, there are real beings, there are entities, there are all kinds of things in all these different levels and planes, if you want to call them planes, or levels, or different levels of vibrational frequency, or however you want to describe it. There are real beings too, so as you do this kind of work and this practice, you start to understand and realize really quickly what is fear projections internally. Um, and then there's the fear projections, like I said, that the AI component to the larger reality system throws at you to keep you in a lower vibrational frequency. And then you can discern and realize which beings are actually self-aware and conscious, but in those other non-physical spaces. So it just comes with experience, basically. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna stop here. Sending all this amazing energy to you from nature. It's beautiful, beautiful. The air is so nice today here in Oregon. The sun's beautiful, the light's beautiful, everything's just amazing. And I'm gonna go and do some stuff right now. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.